Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Bradley, if you don't already know. This is the place where I ramble and talk and kind of just share my life story with you in a safe place where I can kind of just organize and, put some of my thoughts that perhaps I've been bottling up on the inside or things I need a little bit more perspective on. But ultimately, this is just another form of outlet for me so that I don't go crazy, especially during this time of quarantine life and all that good stuff. With all of that said, let's jump into today's video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. As per usual, I'm still experimenting with stuff, trying to get a better feel of, the editing style and the visual that I really like and am able to edit and not feel like I'm biting off more than I can chew. So trying to find that nice little balance, make it fun, snappy. But this week is going to be more of an announcement. Some things have come up in my life that there's going to be some changes, which also means there's going to be some added on stress over the next couple months or 6 months to a year starting now. But before we jump into that news, I just want to kind of recap what's happened over the last couple days. Last couple days have been fairly busy. Some new developments at work and stuff that are going on. Some exciting things actually that I'm hoping come into fruition fairly soon. What the heck else is going on with my life today? Today, I got my very first massage ever in my life. That was very interesting. A friend of Ainsley and I is an RMT, which means Registered Massage Therapist. And overall, I gotta say, it was a really, really, really great first experience. I've had some reservations of going and getting a massage, and not so much the person that I was worried about, but more so just my own kind of insecurities and discomforts about, someone kind of just touching you for half an hour to an hour and a half at a time. I'm super ticklish and I'm a bit of a wimp. So I'm a little bit more sensitive to pain, especially, in areas of my body that no one really ever touches or massages. There's a muscle right here that apparently, that is kind of for, the movement of turning things kind of this way. And for someone who sits at a desk for most of their day now, that really gets aggravated. I did not know that muscle gets aggravated because I've never really felt discomfort there. But yeah, discovered that one at my massage, so it feels kind of nice. Feels good, feeling loose, more relaxed. But yeah, the biggest thing for me was going to be the pain tolerance as well as the ticklishness. I, whenever I get, even if it's just, a simple massage from Ainsley or, from friends or family, I'm super ticklish, so I was worried that, it just wasn't gonna be worth my time because I wasn't gonna enjoy it and not really get, the full experience. But after basically a year of Vicky, who's the RMT, and Ainsley bugging me to go get a massage, and kind of on this health kick, fitness kick, and just overall wellness and good habits thing, I finally decided to go and get a massage. And overall, I really, really enjoyed it, and I'll definitely be going back very soon. So it's Tuesday. Kind of everything that's been going on the last couple of days. I've been kind of slacking with the filming. There's just been a lot of stuff going on that is going to involve some big changes coming up. The last few days and this past weekend has been pretty busy. Recently, I went and helped my sister move into her new apartment. Luckily, it was still in the same apartment complex, so moving stuff from one place to the other was way easier than going from a completely different place to place. It's wintertime, it's cold, so having to not go outside is bless, I gotta say. that was really fun. I haven't, really been able to visit friends or family at all, obviously, and it was nice to be able to see them, converse and chill and get caught up with, their life and them getting caught up with mine. So it was really nice. It's definitely something I definitely needed, for myself as well, mentally. I thrive off of the energy of others, and it's definitely during this time that I'm realizing I really need people. I need people to talk to. I like being someone I like being the person that people can also rely on as a person they can confide in. All of these things are just factors about myself that I'm learning lately, and it's really nice to be able to fulfill those things so that I'm not going crazy, cooped up all here, isolated from the rest of the world. So that was really nice. Speaking of moving, a couple days ago, we got off the phone with our landlords of the current place that we're renting, and they're gonna be deciding to sell the house. And that means I'm gonna be moving. It's not really one of the things I would have anticipated to happen this year, but with the way the housing market currently is, it is definitely a seller's market right now. So I don't blame them. The landlords are our friends. So, I definitely want to make that, I definitely want to make the ability for them to sell the house as easy as possible. So that kind of means two things. Yes. So that means we gotta pack up all of this place and start searching for a new place to live. But also, for the last couple years, Ainsley and I have been slowly saving up for that one day we will be able to buy our own house. So not only are we gonna have to move, and yes, we are gonna be looking for another apartment to live in, but we are going to start seriously looking to buy our own house. It's really exciting. It's super nerve-wracking. Whenever we talk about the more serious stuff, especially finances, that does give me a lot of anxiety. Talking about money is, something that I've always struggled with. I'm not a rich or wealthy or well-off person by any means. And, I've kind of settled into a life where I'm making, enough money to be comfortable. And that's a very, very, very new feeling and experience for me. So I'm very grateful and humbled to be able to have the things that I have, but also very proud of myself for getting to where I am now, to be making, to have a job that pays me more money than I did working in Toronto, working retail, and which has allowed me to pursue and do a lot of the things that I probably would not have ever been able to, that I would have never thought that I would be able to do. Moving out on my own, moving in with my girlfriend, being able to buy all the parts for my very, very first PC, moving to an entirely new town to build a relationship with my girlfriend. Man, just being able to be like, man, I wanna go have takeout, or I wanna go to a restaurant today, and not really having to worry so much about if I have enough money to do that. Being able to sign myself up for sports like volleyball and rock climbing, or just every now and then being able to treat myself and buy myself maybe a new toy, a camera, or just some little knick-knack thing that I think is really cool. This isn't a place that I ever would have thought I would have seen myself, especially 2 years ago when I wasn't working, and even just before that, working over 44 hours a week, and unfortunately with the reality that I could not afford a place by myself. So in those last few years, I've definitely come a long, long way, and I'm very, very happy, and I am very aware of how fortunate I am now, and very proud of myself for being able to get here. So I'm definitely gonna do my best to kind of document this whole process of looking for a house, and also the packing and the moving phase. Right now, we're kind of a little bit in a weird situation where, we were given our 2 months to vacate the premises. But in that time, maybe see if we're able to find a house that we do really like and can afford. When we first started renting from this place and from our friends at the time, we anticipated that they would have wanted to sell, in at least another couple of years from now. Obviously, things change. They got to do what they got to do, so we got to do the same. It puts kind of a wrench in a little bit of the forecasting and planning that we originally had in place, but hey, that's life. I am definitely feeling the anxiety and stress of, how quickly things are needing to move and how fast they are moving. But after talking some things through and having some time to process it, things are really starting to mellow out a little bit. And the weird situation was that because we didn't know what to do, we were anticipating to start buying a house in the next 6 months. And for those who are unfamiliar with renting an apartment, generally speaking, when you get a brand new apartment, you have to sign into a 1-year lease contract, which means we're going to be locked into a whole other year needing to pay rent, which would extend the anticipated period of time that we were going to start looking for a house and the ability to buy a house. Our 1-year lease of this place ends in 2 months. So that ends up working out pretty cool. But now it's like, do we end up finding a house, or do we end up finding a place, living there for a year, and coming to the near the end of that term, start officially and seriously looking for a house? And after taking some time to let some things sink in and take the time to think about next steps, Ainsley was able to find us a potential short-term lease of 6 months of an apartment in case we are not able to find a house, but will give us the ability to keep looking and not have to be, tied down by another year lease. So basically what we're gonna do is see what's on the market now. Hopefully we can find a house that we really like and can afford, also without, rushing into things and getting screwed over in the end. But now with this other 6-month potential lease that we can get, it'll at least shorten that amount of time and give us the opportunity to look consistently throughout that 6 months. That way, if there's any form of overlap, it's not gonna damage us too much financially. And, we can even go month to month and be able to transition between living spaces a lot easier. So that's kind of what I've got going on right now. I'm someone that really, when plans really start to go awry, wrenches get stuck in the gears, I can get very, very, very overwhelmed and anxious because my mind starts to just think about all of the different aspects of what could go wrong, what can happen in worst case scenario, but also feeling like, things are out of my control, and it kind of just makes me kind of freeze up a little bit. But having someone like Ainsley to talk things through with, and being able to talk through it just like this as well, and being able to talk to some of my friends about their experiences with buying houses, or when times were rough for them, is very heartwarming and definitely helps with the nerves of what's to come. So now I'm really just getting more and more excited to start seriously looking for a house. Pretty much everything that we look at that we could potentially like and can definitely afford, where I can already see a life that we can build there, where my desk and kind of stream music and gaming room can go, where Ainsley's and where all of Ainsley's kind of stuff and hobbies can go, and how we can settle and build a life there. Man, if you asked me 2 years ago, 3 years ago, or in high school, if I would ever imagine myself being able to do something like this, and I would say you're absolutely crazy. And it just blows my mind. Kind of just where I'm at in life, and no matter how many times that I may go into a darker place and feel like I'm not enough, or I haven't accomplished enough, or any of these negative bullcrap that my head can trick myself into, it's definitely moments like this where I can really take a good look at how far I've come financially, from a career standpoint, from a mental health standpoint, and overall just me as a human being, how far I've developed. And I'm really excited for what the future holds for myself and for Ainsley, our life, and really just what's to come. I'm gonna try to document the process as much as I possibly can, from packing up and moving, the buying process and stuff that we look at. I'm excited to really see where this goes. So that's probably gonna be the video for this week. I don't know if I'll be able to get a whole lot of exercise in, but I'll definitely be doing some pull-ups, some boxing cardio exercises with Ainsley, you know, just to kind of keep myself active and moving. Yeah, so that's kind of what's going on for me this week. I apologize for, you know, not having, you know, kind of so much actively going on, but I hope you can understand with the news that you just got. So if anybody does have, you know, first-time home buyer advice, or some cool stories or experiences that you have, please do leave them down in the comments below. Any and all information is great. We got a recommendation of a real estate agent from one of our friends, and so far things are going really well. We're just gonna slowly get ourselves in through the process, and I will inform you guys as much as I can on how it goes. So that'll be the video for this week, guys. Thanks again for tuning in and for listening. If there's anything that you feel like, if you have any questions or anything that you would like me to talk about or address, please do also leave them in the comments below. If you are enjoying the journey so far, consider hitting that subscribe button and ringing that bell so you don't miss any time that I do post. So I appreciate you all. I thank you very much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.